We're delighted to be here in the middle of Glasgow at the Old Burnt Barns, taking out 2025, bringing in 2026. Come and join us for a party right.
I would like to welcome the rest of the world to Lynch's bar at the Barras in the Calton in Glasgow for New Year! Yeah! The great Shaun McLean. Cause there's a spot in Glasgow City, well Kent, the hill of Dar, it's more famous than the Mona Lisa's face. It is visited by royalty and rascals by the score. Everybody knows that Barras is the place. Day you can St. Peter lost the key to young big belly kids, and he thought that he'd get flooded of his job, Then a fine Glasgow angel said, now Peter, to agree you can get one at the Barras for a bob. If you know it, join in. Oh, the Barras, they have no in Rome or Barras. You'll have to go to Glasgow's Gallagate. They sell tickets to the moon on a ton for half a croon. And 5 up guarantees a first class seat. Oh well, you can how Samson cut his hair, Delilah cut his hair. He was left as weak and baldy as a wing. So he travelled out to Glasgow, to the Barras for a cure, and he soon was strong and hairy once again. And when the Romans came to Scotland many donkeys years ago, they got no further than the Gallagate. The rags that ran the Barras swapped them souvenirs for swords. Then the flying Glasgow Keelies had them beat. Come on, oh the Barras, oh the Barras, oh the Barras. They have no in Rome or Paris. You'll have to go to Glasgow's Gallagate. They sell tickets to the moon on a ton for half a crown. And 5 bob guarantees a first class seat. Now when our Prince Charlie had to flee off his Scotia shores and seek refuge far across the friendly main, how the tears came streaming facing as these ones he did speak. Oh, I'd love to see the Barras once again. And so before I close my story, I'm gonna give you some advice. If you're after something cheap or second hand, take a trip up to the Barras, for nothing can compare with the stuff you'll find in Glasgow's Barraland. Oh, the Barras, come on! Oh, the Barras, they have no in Rome or Paris. You'll have to go to Glasgow's Gallagate. They sell tickets to the moon on a ton for half a crown. And 5 bob guarantees a first class suite. They sell tickets to the moon on a ton for half a crown. And 5 bob guarantees a first class seat.
This is a song that talks about the sunny time of the year. Although it's cold outside and frosty on the ground, I'd like you to think back to the Glasgow Fair. But not necessarily the Glasgow Fair this year. The Glasgow Fair of 60 or 70 or more years ago, when we used to go on wee boats at the Brumelaw and go to places down the Clyde coast. I don't know just exactly how old or how the average age is in the room, but I think a lot of us are maybe the last ones that can remember going down the water for the fair.
Every 13 minutes there's sailings, there's wains lined up along the railings. When yon wind begins to blow, I'll tell you this, it felt like snow. We're going to the water for the fair. And when the boats came into dock, Well, there was candy floss and there was rock. The Volker to the bowling lock, the upper classes shouldn't mock. We're going to the water for the fair. Fair Friday on the Brummelaw, waiting for the boat to cast the wall. With your ma and your da and your auntie and your granny, and we're going to the water for the fair. You got it. Though we're often on our uppers, find we always manage pudding suppers. Salt and vinegar on your chips, kiss me quick hot Santa's lips, going to the water for the fair. You remember it? Rainy fortnights and sandy shores. You mind the woolly trunks the wee boys wore? Ah, yes I do. Where the wind blow cold and chilly, don't get them wet, you'll show your bits. Going to the water for the fair. Fair Friday on the Brummelaw, waiting for a boat to cast the wall. With your ma and your da and your auntie and your granny and a lassie that you know for school stays up or close along your street. We're going to the water for the fair. You can go to Helen's Bar, Green, Knuckle Craig and afternoon, to Salt Goats or Cresswick, to Skelmerley or Troon. You can wait for the station at Ruins Bay, or to Scotland's Madeira. That's Rossay they do say. Well, I'll tell you now, if you don't know the times were rare, saying I've been everywhere to no water for the fair. Helen's got a green, go pecking into noon, to Salt, to Prestwick, to Skelmerley and Troon. You can wait for your Nell to the station at Ruins Bay. Scotland's Madeira, that's Rossay they say. I'll tell you now, if you don't know, times were rare. Said I've been everywhere to the water for the fair. Fair Friday on a Brummelaw, clap your hands. Waiting for the boats to cast the wall. With your ma and your da and your auntie and your granny and the lassie that you know for school stays up or close along your street. Your cousin be far flung Coatbridge, a lassie big ring book cooked down. Everybody will be there. We're going to the water for the fair. I said everybody will be there. Going to the water, we're going to the water, we're going to the water for the fair. I can feel us all in that boat going to the water. Thank you very much. I'm going to sing one more and I'm going to depart this stage. There are very, very, very few songs that are written about Hogmanay. There are many songs we can sing at Hogmanay, but if you think about it, there's damn few songs that are actually written about Hogmanay. This is such a one, written by a Scottish hero, a man called Jim McLean, a man who should be so much better known. Jim has soundtracked my life. And in 1968, he wrote this song for Jimmy Logan. I'm sure most of us here will remember the great Jimmy Logan, great Scottish entertainer. Well, Jimmy was filmed on London Bridge in 1968 singing this song. And it's been forgotten ever since. So I'm really pleased to get the chance. And the very first time I've ever sung this song, ever, in public. This is a song called The New Year Bells. It's got a lovely little chorus and you might be able to pick it up. Oh, the New Year bells are ringing, though I am far away, but my heart is back in Scotland with my folks at Hogmanay. That's the chorus. It's many long years I've been since I began to roam. But every year at nearly time I long to get back home. Waiting round the fireside until the bells are rung, to share the tears and laughter while the old Scots songs are sung. Oh, the New Year bells are ringing. I am far away, I am far, oh my heart is back, but my heart is back in Scotland way, my folks at Hogmanay. We're getting there, that's sounding really good. Through winter's wind is howling and the frost lies on the ground, with first food, friends and family for miles and miles around, to see the smiling faces, many a glistening tear, to kiss them all and wish them all a happy good New Year. The New Year bells, the New Year bells are ringing. I am far away, oh I am far, my heart is back, but my heart is back in Scotland way, my folks at Hogmanay. For this last verse, I'd like us all to remember the ones that are not with us anymore, either physically here tonight or in general, the ones that have left us and gone on. This verse is for them. We toast our absent loved ones who've gone beyond the seas. I know fine well my favour now will lift up a glass for me, but someday soon I'll return there, just at the stroke of 12, and I'll knock upon my mother's door and I'll wish her New Year myself. Everybody! Oh, the New Year bells are... I am far away! I am far away! Come on! But my heart is back in Scotland way, my folks at Hogmanay. The New Year bells are ringing. Oh, I am far away, but my heart is back in Scotland way, my folks at Hogmanay. But my heart is back in Scotland way, my folks at Hogmanay.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a massive round of applause. Let's hear the short move of the indie
Thank you. Right, so we're at this Hogmanay party and I've come in off the street. But it's okay, I brought a carry out, it's fine. An Agnew's back. And the people are spinning the bottle because it's a Hogmanay party and we've all to do a turn and all these other guys have been doing a turn and they've been great, and it was my turn to do a turn and I was like, no, I can't sing. And then folks say, well, do something, tell us a joke, do a poem. Nobody ever says do a poem, but that's what's happening. This reminds me of a St Andrew's night. I know it's Hogmanay now, but if you could just imagine it was late November, right? Aye, and but New Year we can still pay homage to our patron saint as well. So this is for St Andrew, a patron saint. It's always preferable that people's patron saints somehow be seen to represent some aspect of our innate national psyche, or what the natives would like to believe they're like. The idea is that denizens find some inspiration in the legend of a saint's deeds to drive their nation. That's how our Irish cousins, fighting an unwelcome occupation, followed the example of Patrick, who had cleared out a previous poisonous infestation. Or how our English friends and neighbours love that dragon-slaying metaphor. George killed alien monsters. Since adopting him, they've always been at war with every other foreigner. So, Scotland. Why Andrew of all the saints? He wasn't an A-lister apostle, like John, Luke, Matthew or Mark. He was nae miraculous behaviour. He was nae nation's saviour. I mean, he was nae Stevie Clark. But I mind somebody once tell he was a perfect saint for us, because when he got martyred, he demanded a diagonal cross. And he demanded to be nailed up different. The Romans wanted to go with tradition, the horizontal intersecting the vertical. The guard says, oh, here, listen to this. And says he wants to be executed, spread eagle, face down, legs apart, pointing skywards. This shit must be Scottish. He was born bloody awkward. He meant to be in a right pain, and he was a stubborn and twisted case, which meant he's a right patron for a stubborn and twisted race. But Andy wasn't trying to be scunnersome or enthroned. We should celebrate the people that break for the norm. And I think that verdict was a wee bit unjustified. It was just inventing a new way to be crucified. And I'd call that radical and innovative. It's thinking outside the box, it's imaginative. And those are attributes that do make us Scottish. A nation of trailblazers and trendsetters. The pater, the patron, the father of the nation of thinkers, designers and inventors. At this point, it would just be too easy to launch into that old famous list of famous Scottish firsts and inventions, but it's been done to death by speakers before, and there's too many to mention. But I think the mark of real genius is when an idea gets taken for granted, becomes so commonplace around the world that you forget how it was invented. Like, we don't know who was the first to forge the steel, invented the screw, or the very first wheel. Well, for simplicity and common usage, there's one invention that takes some beating. Invented by Scots, adopted by the world. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. One of the most common objects known to man. Your everyday domestic frying pan. Where did it come from? Wonder nae mair. The first pan was made to fit fine Scottish fare. Aye. It was internationally known as the Scottish pan when it was first exported to every culture, everyone. To French crepes, Spanish tortilla, Indian poppadoms, all graced the pan that was intended for a tattie scones. See, for centuries, tattie scones were all made the same size and shape, toasted over the peat, wood-fired in an iron grate. But when one chieftain one day says, I wish they weren't as dry, his wee wifey experimented and she discovered how to fry. She noticed their shape, an isosceles triangle, with the bottom edge nicely rounded, could fit together to make a perfect circle. What a discovery! She was astounded. So she went to the village blacksmith. She took her husband's dirk and his targe. She said, forges together, honel and skillet. But still it was a bit overlarge. But the wee wifey, she was well on a mission. She said, put down your tongs and your hammer, measure them out with a compass and a ruler to fit 4 tattie scones in a warner. And he did. And it worked. And to this day, thanks to that chieftain's wife's pure genius, tattie scat frying pans all over the world are still made in the Scottish tattie scone radius. Be proud, fellow Scots, be proud. But don't be surprised. For that is the hallmark of Scottish creativity, plain functional genius in its simplicity. And talking plain simplicity, there's the simplest food of all, the oldest, most basic staple, bread is another example. Other folk can food it with flour or flouncy and frilly, embossing and embellishing and gilding the lily, with arty-farty ostentatious ornamentation, but we're a straightforward, no-nonsense nation. Aye, the French can bake their baguettes like baseball bats 2 foot long and more. Don't fit in the breed bin or a bolly bag, you get them jam going out the shop door. A shop that's got breed for all the world, all different, too many to choose. Indian, pita, chapatis, rotis, naans that are stupidly huge, or yon German rye stuff, footery wee slices all heavy and dense, and pumpernickel and pretzel knots and shapes and sizes just as mad as the French. But the best breed originated a bit closer to home, the Scottish square loaf, aka the plain, with dimensions as sensible as that Tattie scone, a Scottish plain piece that's just neat in your hand. Ah, you might say. So might the English pan, the Welsh farrel and the Irish soda call. But hodding, it's only half the story. It's how it's designed to do its job. It's where it's designed to hod, and by God it hods it just nice. A match made in designer heaven, a slice of square breed and square slice. Mere proof of our engineering genius, as if any proof was needed. Practical, sensible, functional Scots, it's just the way we were breeded. See, every other country sausages are all shaped the same. Every other country except for our own. Usually strung together in a long unwieldy chain, usually bent trying to cook them evens a pain, often overcomplicated with herbs and chilli and garlic, and basically, quite frankly, I think they look too blooming phallic. So you pick up a plain loaf and a packet of lawn, and you feel quite proud of the land where you were born. A warm, glowing pride, an unrequited, unconditional love for a homeland where peace and sausage fit together like a perfect velvet glove. So let's toast the nation of Scotland, and toast the people of that nation, and toast Andrew, our patron saint, and recall that martyr's final declaration. When he said, "Don't put me on a cross like the Son of God, for I'm not deity but humble mortal man, whose last request is my final shadow cast is of Tattie scones united in a frying pan." What's like us? Yeah, that's enough poetry. We get some sing-song again, yeah? Get some music.
As we say goodbye to 2025, let's have a wee sing-song. Oh, the summer time has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Well, you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Well, you go, lassie, go. Beautiful, I will build my love above, down by your crystal fountain, and round the table pile all the flowers of the mountain. Well, you go, I say go, let's get it, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Well, you go, I say go. I will range through the wild and the deep blessed dreaming, returning with their spoils to the bower of my dearie. Well, you go, I say go, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Well, you go, I say go. around the blooming heather. Well, you go, lassie, go. Let's hear it. And we'll all go together to blow wild mountain tide all around the blooming heather. One more time. Well, you go, lassie, go. And we'll all go together to blow wild mountain tide all around the blooming heather. Well, you go, lassie, go. Beautiful singing there, folks. Well in. That's you all in the band. Is your mic alright?
It's been down a bit, it's been down. It's been down.
Okay, folks, we'd like to do a couple of sing-along Scottish ones, but also a new one that's just been written recently. This is one of our own songs. It's called Where We Stand, and if you guys want to join in at the end, it goes, or in the chorus, it's home is the place where we stand. If you want to try that. Yeah, home is the place where we stand. Yeah. So it could be about anywhere. It's about the wee village I live in, but it can be about anywhere in this beautiful country. So here we go, a wee new one. It's called Where We Stand. Connections uncovered. Your history rediscovered. Fade a black up to the corner. Turns out I've been here forever. And she carries the name Saor as she holds her hand, and she helps me to remember that home is the place where we stand. Yeah, home is the place where we stand. Hey, Jacobites on the high street, my old brothers in arms. By the end of this union place, and the young pretender's charm, and she carries the name Saor as she holds her hand, and she helps me to remember. Alright, home is the place where we stand. Yeah, home is the place where we stand. rediscovered. called her. Turns out I've been here forever. And she carries the name Saor as she holds her heart. And she helps me to remember that home is the place where we start. And home is the place where we start. And home is the place where we start. And home is the place where we start. It's so lovely singing there out there, nice, very nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from the Scotland Channel here in the Burnt Barons, middle of Glasgow. How good is it to be in the middle of Glasgow on New Year's Eve? And if you're going to kick off a party in the middle of Glasgow, what better band to do it than a band from Glasgow? Give them a massive round of applause. Let's hear it for the Calton fans!
should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For all lang syne, my true, for all lang syne, we'll take a cup of wine and a slip for all lang. Stand up, shake hands. Here's a hand, my trusty fear, and he's a heart of mine. We'll take a right Are you ready? Here we go. 2, 3, 4.
gentlemen, on the Scotland Channel, all the way from the Highlands, let's hear for the #1 pipe and drum band in Scotland! Welcome to the Scotland Channel. Yeah! Come on! And keep it going, give her a round of applause. Let's hear for one of the finest female artists in the whole of Scotland, if not the whole of the world. Let's hear for Pauline Bradley. Come on!
So this one's called The Women of Clydebank. This is about a woman you may never have heard of, but she really was an amazing woman. So please join in if you can. Follow these lasses here. The Women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The Women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're going to tell you all so that you can see. So I hope you can remember all that. But we sing it lots of times. Here we go. The women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see. Some women of Clydebank thought that they should know all about their sisters some time ago. They started up a group called Women's History and enlisted help from the Women's Library. Oh, the women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see. Jane Ray was a lass from Clydebank neighbourhood, worked to sing a factory with cabinets of wood. In 1911 she led a strike, then the bosses sacked her, said go and take a hike. Oh, the women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see. But Jane Ray was strong and independent too. She joined the IOP, kept active through and through, supported suffragettes, campaigned against the war. For 6 years was elected councillor. Oh, the women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see. Then Jane Ray became a JP for the law. She had learned so much from the years before. She handed out justice in trouble and strife, and woe betide a man who was cruel to his wife. Oh, the women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see. So what would Jane do if she were here today? With cost of living crisis, what would she say? You shouldn't have to suffer, use your strength and might. Brothers and sisters, let us all unite. Oh, the women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see. Oh, the women of Clydebank, they make you feel so proud. They didn't sit around and wait, they spoke up front out loud. The women of Clydebank, hidden from history. Now we're gonna tell you all so that you can see.
Let's hear it for Caroline Lewis. Come on.
Good evening, good evening. I'm going to read for you A Night Like No Other by Jeanette Hill. There are many things Glasgow does well. It smiles better, remember, but nothing prepares you for Hogmanay in the dear green place. While Edinburgh might have the global headlines and the firework display to rival Sydney, so they say, Glasgow has what really matters. People who can out-sing, out-dance and outlast anyone else in Scotland. Although, I wish they wouldn't insist when it's 12 below zero, doing it in T-shirts with slogans like, did you, aye? And Geordies still call us wimps for wearing T-shirts at all. The day kicks off with the usual Glaswegian optimism. This time, I'll pace myself. By mid-afternoon, the city is buzzing. The off-licence tills are playing tunes like Mozart with his dad breathing down his neck. The shelves are stripped bare and you're down to your last bottle. Kiwi and lime 2020. But you can't turn up to the party with nothing, so you take it and hope the iron brew will make it drinkable. In the past, I've found myself in a snug West End bar or an East End institution where the jukebox hasn't changed since 1984. Aye, we do know it's Christmas, Bob, thank you. And in Scotland, what we really know is it's New Year. I know it's New Year because my old pals greet each other with a roar. Strangers, they shout, our friends you just haven't sung Auld Lang Syne with yet. And there I am, as always, in a sparkly dress declaring, this is my year, hen. To which my pal will respond, what's for you'll no go by, yeah? It was by me last year and the year before. The Stagecoach bus app keeps telling my fortune. I've always just missed the bus. Whoosh, there goes another 43 and another year goes with it. But the best Hogmanays I've had have always been at my gran's house in the East End of Glasgow. Poor and proud, a tough as bricks woman. The pair of them, overworked in tough industries, died well before their time. But when I remember those amazing Hogmanay nights, it feels like a big hug from that magical pair, my gran and granddad. As the clock inches towards midnight and someone inevitably shouts, 10 minutes fast, that clock, the city holds its breath. There's a collective countdown, a raucous cheer, and then the hugathon begins. In Glasgow, Hogmanay hugs aren't optional, they're mandatory. And the tighter the better. Hogmanay. Hogmanay. And no Hogmanay is complete without the time-honoured tradition of first footing. Ideally, your first visitor is a tall, dark, handsome bloke bearing gifts. Usually shortbread, whiskey or a lump of coal. My gran was fanatical about the right first fit. Is that right, or is it first foot? Or feet, if it's two of the buggers? Who knows? It was never written down. They're like the oral traditions of the Cree people of North America. Eagle's wings soar high in the mountain and bring a handsome stranger to welcome in the new year. It is forbidden by all that is held holy for this stranger to be a ginger, or evil spirits will destroy the land, like Thatcher hanging about the school milk delivery. He carries with him bells to bring in the bells. A kind of fire water Granny takes off your granddad before he starts vomiting blood again last year. Another tradition is that the whole house has to be cleaned before the bells. My granny and 15 Nescafes a day throughout November cleaned everything. She had so much caffeine in her system, she didn't sit down till February. Everything get cleaned or your house would be dirty all year. And worse, Mrs. Kilbride upstairs would have a smug smile on her face. Windows, nets, skirting boards, mattresses, blankets, every cupboard, every ornament, including the fragile wee donkey her sister got her from Spain. It was glued together precariously as she threw it at Grandad most Friday nights. She cleaned him too, forced him out of his long johns and simmet. Scrubbed clean and well drunk before the midnight bells, he was routinely locked in the house by his daughters and his wife to stop him first-fitting the neighbours. Also, to stop him bringing the whole street into our house. One year when I was about 5 and I helped him plan his escape out the bedroom window, I was passing him down his shoes, which had been confiscated. He said we were playing Escape to Victory and my granny was the Nazi. Poor Granny was also cooking, and she roped every competent female into the task. Steak pie, which was a massive pot of stew and bits of pastry, big pots of peas, sultana and Madeira cake, shortbread, and millionaire shortbread for the swanky ones from the red sandstone flats. A big pot of soup too, for those of our elders not gifted with teeth, or, despite Bevan's marvellous intervention, the NHS, they'd left them in a jar, because, Isabel, see they teeth, they're fair murdering my gums. In Glasgow nowadays, I'm just as likely to get the neighbour Davy first fitting me. He's steaming, but I let him in because he does a pretty good Frank Sinatra impression when he's really rat-arsed. Everybody sings at a party in Glasgow, but some sing better than others. And anyway, I shagged his brother once when I was going with Davy, and I still feel guilty about it. Hogmanay in Glasgow may not be glamorous, but it is glorious. I stagger home, and after walking 2 miles, I realise I was home and I have to walk back. When the bells have tolled, the last chorus of Auld Lang Syne fades into the chilly air and the city finally quietens down. Glasgow wakes up to New Year and the world's biggest collective headache, but with a heart full of laughter. Because in the end, it's not about the fireworks or the fancy parties. It's about the people, the stories, and the memories that only a city like Glasgow and all across this amazing country of Scotland can create. Here now, lift up your glasses, lift them up, and raise a cheer to Hogmanay, where the night is long, the welcome is warm, and the stories last a lifetime. Lang may your lum reach. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how good was that? Everyone is sitting there. Jeanette, if you're the person that wrote it, absolutely outstanding. Every single person sitting there over the age of 21 was sitting going, you're right. You're right. Because Big Jimmy, who was steaming, we let him in. Because he was our family. Because in Hogmanay, New Year's Eve, everybody's family. Ladies and gents, once again, give her a massive round of applause. Let's hear her, Pauline. Come on, give her a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a massive round of applause for the outstanding voice of Arria!
Ties that must be severed. let's not be lost in the noise. Down Westminster Way. Let's take a stand, let's not be in our
It's a mixture of Auld Lang Syne with a hymn from the Scottish Psalter, The Lord Our Shepherd. Thank you very much. You see, in the olden time, we didn't worry about who owned the music, we worried about the message. So we all borrowed from each other. And we really still are doing that.
boys! Oh, come on! Oh, yeah! Give them as a round of applause for you, Stuart, and the wee Gaelic band, come on!
Okay, once again, guys, that's Jeanette Hill, the author of that song. And Jeanette, who's from just along the road, also wrote the monologue that Pauline recited earlier. So I think it's about time, it's about time to go home, to be perfectly honest. But before we do that, we've got a Dairy Gay Gordons. I wonder if you would like to take the floor in couples, please, right in front of the band. Probably dance anyways.